and this is the hair. This is the hair for a while on purpose. So hi, hello, how are you? I'm jumping right in today because I only have 30 minutes to get ready and I have a picked look today. I'm excited. We're gonna do our eyes first while people get on. Usually I hang out and wait, but I'm gonna do my eyes first. I've got so many palettes here. And we're gonna dive in. We're gonna cover up some visitors. This one's raised and I picked it. Oopsies. All right, I'm gonna put on a brightener, white peach on my lids. So every week in my Facebook group, if you're not in there, click the link. There are links to all my platforms. There's a link to follow me on Instagram where there's more personal day-to-day life stuff. And then there's also trying to think out loud. I'm trying to think out loud and think in my head at the same time. There's also a link to my Facebook group and then shopping links for things that I like and Saint, which is what I'm going to use. Saint makeup, cream base. We know the drill. Every Monday I am here. I try to be here at a reasonable time, but life. I do a pick my look. Before I started, there was a tie. And then right before I hit live, I saw somebody voted, which bumped me up to the next one. So we're going to do this top combo right here. We got Pup. We have, this is one of my favorite ones. It's Emerald City. So we've got Pup, Emerald City, and Eve. My desk is a mess, so we're going to try to hide it with the mirror. So we're going to do our makeup and chat a little bit. I only have 30 minutes, but I have a conference in September. And I'm also running in a 5K in April. So I've been training and running every morning and showering every day and washing this hair. I'm doing curly hair for the foreseeable future. This is natural. I just wipe a little. I don't even know. I don't even think Redken makes this product anymore. And I'm scared because I'm at the bottom of the jar. But it's this Redken Movability 5. And it's not it's thicker than it's very thick and pasty, but it's not a pomade. It's something else. I don't know what. But when my hair's longer like it is now, this is considered long for me. It looks better than when I do my mousse and whatever combo. All right, so we're gonna dig into the eyeshadows. St. Patrick's Day is coming, and while green is not my usual, I like to show options. And that's what's nice about doing this is it gets me into using different things and just sticking with the browns, you know? All right, so we're gonna go in. This is probably tomorrow's combo, but we're gonna get these three here. So again, Pup, Emerald City, and Eve, super pretty. And Pup is a great base. I'm gonna grab, oh, let's do this one. This is the Blur brush. It's got this nice big fat end and then this fluffy end, and I think it'll work really well. So I'm going to use the shorter, denser end for Pup. Pup is a great base, and it just it's not quite as deep as Chai. It reminds me of a light version of Chai, but it's just nice and neutral. Cupcake is my usual setter, and it makes things a little lighter, and I think it can make colors pop. Pup is so pretty. If you have a good medium darker skin tone, it's a really great base. And if you like a good neutral brown eye, but I put this from lash to brown, you can't even tell. We're gonna cover this guy up. We're gonna do eyes first because I'm using such dark colors. Trying to think of how I want to do this. Eve looks a lot like Kin. So if you have Kin, you're good. They're essentially the same color. So you don't need to go and snag it if you already have it. But it is such a great date night color. I love it. I've always had MAC has a color similar to this that I used to use all the time. I'm trying to think if I have it in my bag. And I used to take my neutral brown looks and I would bump them up with this color for when I went out at night. So we're going to do kind of a St. Patty's Day look because it's coming up and then it's Easter. And you could easily take these eye combos and switch out and do pinks. I'm going to go into Eve first. We're going to tap off some excess. I'm going to use this as my transition color. It's pretty. I'm going to go right at the base of my brow bone. Now, again, I have 30 minutes, so we're going to zippy zip zip through this. But I'm going to bring this up. My contractor's here. We're going to bump this up just like that. I should have locked up Hugo, and I didn't, but I feel like Hugo should be comfortable with him by now. All right, so we're gonna pop this up, bring it up, and I'm just building because I don't want to put too much on. It's always hard to blend out, but look at how pretty that is. It's such a deep color, but look at how pretty that is. We could go in with a denser brush and bump it up. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet, but this is such a pretty color. I actually am. I'm going to go in and we're going to put this down here. We're going to two-tone this. Okay, good morning, Desiree. Good morning, Brandy. Okay, the training on my marathon. I'm not doing a marathon. I'm doing a 5K. It feels like a marathon. My husband's doing the Boston Marathon, and he did it for the first time last year. And so every few years, I'll throw the guy a bone and I'll do a 5K. He's going to run it with me. Boston scares me. And it's only because we went for the first time last year, and there were things that I saw that my little small town overprotective mind had never seen before. Good morning, Sandy. I'm going to be paying attention to comments better because in the last like 3 weeks, I've gotten some real nastygram, not nasties, but just like they're gross. Talking about bathroom, bowel, like I get enough of that from my husband. I don't need to do that. They need to call their wives or girlfriends or something. Anyways, so last year we went to Boston, and I was walking down a sidewalk and I saw some people getting into some nose candy in their apartment. And I had my kids with me. And I'm like, y'all, go to the kitchen or the bathroom, not right at the bay window. And then we rode the subway, which I guess they call like the P line because it's disgusting. And we were on the subway, and all of a sudden the subway stopped moving. I'm going to go into Emerald City now with this short, dense end. And I'm going to pop this right here. And I'm just going to this could be a mistake. I don't know. I kind of wish I had, oh, that's pretty. Look at how pretty that is together. Anyways, we were on the subway, and it stopped moving. And I had the kids with me, and my husband were all on the subway holding the little thingamabobbers. And I was like, shouldn't we be moving? And we weren't, and the doors weren't closing. And then they announced, like, everybody needs to get off the car and move to the next car. So we all unloaded off of the car and got into the next car over. Well, while we're standing there holding our things on the new car, I looked over at this guy that was standing at the doors, and he was just standing with his hands in front of him like this. And I realized his hands were completely covered in blood. Like dripping. And so I looked at Rob, and he goes, oh, that must be why they were dragging the guy off the other car. So as we were transferring, my husband saw them pulling a guy off the car because they don't stop for murder. They continue the subway on. It wasn't like, and I was just like, that guy's got blood on his hands. And this girl was standing next to me, and other people were on their phones oblivious to this. So I grabbed this gal, and I was like, I was curling her over my way, and she's like, what's the matter? Pops her little earbud out because she's just like in her own subway world, which is probably normal. And I go, that guy has blood on his hands. She looks at him, and she's like, girl. And then the cops got him to walk off. They go to close the doors, and the guy jumped back in again. And I was like, it was crazy. So then he got off again, and they closed the doors really fast, and the subway just took off like nothing happened, and everybody was just like, it's fine. It's Boston. I don't know. So Boston's a little scary for me. This is kind of muddying together. We're going to be okay. I'm going to add a color. I'm going to add drift. We're going to add drift. I'm talking to my mic. I don't know why. So crazy Boston story. We're going to take drift because I must. We're going to do a drift. This guy right here. And we're just going to pop that on right there. It needs it. It needs it. We're going to grab a little drift. I like drift because it could go silver or gold. It's very pretty. All right, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab a little more green with my finger. And eyeliner and mascara are going to make this all better, but I like bumping that up. There we go. That's pretty. Greens are pretty. All right, we're going to add eyeliner. So we get back to the hotel. The girls have no idea. I've created this body shield around them on the subway because I was like, holy guacamole, what if this guy loses his whatever? Oh my gosh. So I'm scared. We're not taking the kids this time. I told my husband, I'm like, it's just going to be a grown-up trip this time. And when we got back to the hotel, he goes, well, I guess you don't want to take the subway anymore. And I go, yeah, I'm real boring like that. I did not take the subway again. I was like, we're paying for Uber. I don't care. We can afford an Uber. And so we did, and I was never on the subway again, and I won't ride the subway again. It was flippin' scary, okay? That was scary. All right, I'm gonna go into my liquid liner because I think it's faster than using eyeshadow. So we're gonna use this. And so this, because it's just an adult trip, my husband has decided that he's like, I'm gonna sign you up for a 5K. I don't like going up my stairs to do laundry, let alone do a 5K. So we're just gonna line along the edge right here. So we got ourselves a treadmill because we live in Oregon on the coast, like the ocean's right there. And it's wet here. It's wet and windy in the winter, and I'm not gonna go run in that. Plus, my girls are only in school for 3.5 hours. So limited on time here. I'm not gonna go out, and my day would be ruined because I'm not gonna, we also live outside of town, so I can't just go like hop on a sidewalk and go on a run. I'd have to like drive into town. So we got a treadmill, and it's one of those assault runners, which is not powered. It's powered by us, and it's on a slope. So if you run on the front, you can go faster, and if you run on the back, it slows you down. And I think it makes running harder, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I think it'll make it's like running with a stroller. So I've been doing this. I've created my own training plan with my expertise on running. So my method was this, because my husband always said to walk and run. Just run 2 minutes, walk a minute. So I was like, okay, I did that for a week. And then the next week I started and I ran 2.5 minutes, and then I walked a minute. And then I ran 3 minutes, walked a minute, and I bumped after every minute walk. I bumped it up 30 seconds for a week, and then the next week I would start at 3 minutes, walk a minute, 3.5, and so every week I start at a 30-minute longer time. Does that make sense? And yeah, it is a tough treadmill, and I got new shoes. I need good running shoes. I got these on Cloud 5s. They had amazing reviews because I'm not a runner. I got to rely on reviews. And they were pretty. They're lavender. And so I don't think they're good for my arch. And is it weird? Tell me if this is weird if you're a runner. I can't run in my shoes with socks on. It's a hard run. It made my arch hurt, and it made my foot slip around in my shoe more. So I don't wear socks in my shoes. I don't think it's gross. I mean, either way, I mean, I can sweat into a sock that's still in the shoe, right? And I'm not sharing my shoe, and I don't leave my house with the shoes. Like, they're treadmill only, and then I'm hoping to break them in well, and then, I don't know. All right, so I'm just getting this on. I feel like every time I add mascara, it really tones down the eyeshadow. I am going to grab Salem, and I'm just going to add a little bit of soft, I'm using the etch brush on the small end. We're just going to fill in between the waterline and the eyeliner. And then I'm going to just pop this down here on the waterline and use that to just smoke things out a little bit. I don't know, it's kind of trial and error. Open your eyes like you're a complete wackadoo and go into that lash, and then I'm just gonna go on, I'm pushing on the waterline. Anyway, I don't know how to run. Hey, Candy! Oh, Candace! I see your picture there. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm training for this 5K. Feels like a marathon to me. I'm not a runner. And I told him that we're coming up on we met, this hair, that's the side. We met 13 years ago next weekend, and we're celebrating. All right, let's get our face on because I have 15 minutes. My eyes always take the longest. I'm going to do my brows last, and I'm going to show you my neutral lip. And you're going to be pretty surprised on what it is. But I need to be leaving in 15 minutes. So we're going to bang this out pretty quick. So I have my redness. It gets extra red when I rub around, obviously. And then we're going to go in with some Aspen. Actually, do I have it? I don't have time. Maybe next week. NY-1. It's such a good... Where did I put that doggone thing? I'm looking for, oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to talk about this just because Candace is, there we go. Okay. I don't know what happened. So I've got Aspen and I've got NY-1, both really good for redness. If you find Aspen turns you purple, because some depth of redness can do that. I really hope everything's going okay out there. Okay, so we're going to take NY-1. I'm going to use the blend brush with the fluffy, and we're going to put it on. You shouldn't see it on your brush, but you can see here that it's bumping in, and we're going to go over the redness. And with Demi, this is a Demi color. It's not dense. It's going to be creamy, but I like to show the difference for y'all. But it just takes that redness, and I'm going to switch. I have this sit here. This one right here, it's under, and this one here are a texture. I'm going to use the shorter end to pick up a little extra, and I'm just going to go over it. We're just muting it. You still want to see your problems. You're just getting rid of the redness. So red, be gone. Spot stays. This is really great. I have people coming here. Is this, oh, yeah, it's another one. Okay. I'm wondering if I'm freezing because my husband's trying to call me. That is a possibility. Okay, so we're going to pop that on. They'll figure it out. Okay, we're going into suede. But look at how NY, now I will say this is a great experiment for us. We're going to go into my suede lip liner, and we're going to go around and up, and I'm going to do this quick, just like that. And we're going to... Everybody's going to have to... I got to go yell at my dog. Okay. Hi. I can't believe we have people here still. Yay. Okay. So, suede. I'm out of breath. I had to actually go outside. Did you hear me yelling at him? Okay. So, we're going to see how NY holds up once I start putting my makeup on. It's not a color I've played with a lot. Just a little bit. Where's... Okay. This is why I can't run. I can't run. I'm so unathletic. We're going to take this brush. I'm going to get it wet with my spray and clean it real quick. I've been putting a lot of blush on, and I don't want it to mess with my stuff. Okay. So let's get into this. So Demi is pure pigment, and it's not dense the way that Aspen is. And that's why I like Aspen, is because it holds it on. But I understand there's depths of redness, especially when you're working with rosacea, where Aspen can almost turn it purple, and you don't want to do that. So NY-1 would be the color to try. I'm going to go into Candlelit, which is my main highlight, and we're going to go over it. I always swirl here for balance, but then when I get up into my discoloration, scarring, creasing, pores, that's when I start pressing it in. We're going to try this. I don't give extra coverage on zits. So I have a zit here, I have a zit here. I don't give extra coverage to those areas. I put it on, and then when my makeup's all the way on, that's when I will go over it and cover it at the end. That way I don't put on too much makeup and add texture. So again, going over that NY right here. I just like, do you see the sheen? That's why I like cream. That's why I always like my makeup. Makeup's always been a big part of my life. I I love the way makeup looked. I love the way women looked in shows. I mean, I grew up with my mom and my grandma watching Young and the Restless. If you grew up watching Young and the Restless, you knew you were going to have shoes that click, earrings that pop off to answer the phone. Oh, hello. And you were going to have shiny lip gloss. There's no way around that. Like, you were going to be wearing all those things. And I do. Actually, I don't pull off my earrings. But anyways, my poor dog. And I can't get this hair. Oh, boy. Hello. Who is that? Is that Alice? Hello, Alice. I'm like trying to see the little pictures. So anyways, makeup's always been a big part. I used to look up magazines and then try to do my makeup like the girls in the magazines. Could never do it, but I did try. I did try. All right, we're going to go in with our contour now that our main highlight's on. Whew. And we're going to go up here. Right over here, right over here. And I am using cedar, and it goes really well with hyperpigmentation because mine creeps up like ivy. And then I push this into the hair. I've gone darker. My hair's responding well to it, and I'm trying to get it to grow. When we moved into our house, I had long hair, and I lost over 2 inches in breakage in 2 months. And then I had somebody have me try a special shampoo for hair growth and lost some volume. And now I'm just now getting my volume back. Like, all this hair used to be this long, and now it's growing when I went brown. So I'll go maybe lighter for our conference. So I'm doing all of this. I don't know. Somebody made a comment. Hopefully it wasn't inappropriate. I've been getting so much of that, and I don't understand what these people have going on in their lives. Okay, we got 5 minutes. I'm trying to keep track. So I've done my contour. I underblend it. And then right here, we're just going to stamp this on. But you see, this is the bump I'm always trying to camouflage. And so I have to overcorrect my line here and pretty much come right on top of the schnoz. And then I follow my natural shadowing, just like that. Just like that. And then we're going to square it off. And then I'm going to use this little pointy end, pinch it like a line, and we just go down, and then we'll grab a little more, and we're going to swirl this up and over. This is going to cancel my redness. I'm using white peach. The pigment on this is about 80%, so I don't need to really correct everything. In this area, I try to not add corrector because I don't do the things to flatten the things, and I don't want a lot of product there, especially when I'm putting a lighter color on, because that can create texture. So I want to let the pigment do my covering, but I want to keep it nice and light so that I don't create texture and mature an area. And so that's how I do that. All right. We're going to add, I'm using High Tide today. I'm going to use some High Tide bronzer. We're going to pop, and I'm going to pop. And we're going to let this work with my blush. I like using my finger. And then I'm going to grab Frenchie. I use Frenchie every single day. This is a tool. I use Frenchie as a tool. I feel like it doesn't have enough punch to really be a blush, but it's great for under eye correcting. Ooh, I need to add balm. I can feel that I need to add balm. So we're going to put a little balm under the eyes. Grab the hair I just put on my face off. And then we're going to go back over here to Frenchie. We're going to pop that on to cancel the redness. So it's on my cheeks to help with that scarring that has the NY1 today. But I'm going to use the Frenchie to combat the scarring when I want to put in a nice, pretty, bold pink like Dahlia. Spring is here, okay? Spring is here. I don't care. There's a little bit of sun trying to peek, and Oregon doesn't see sun very much. All right, so I have bronzer, Frenchie, and Dahlia. This is the fun part. So I'm going to start up at the top because I don't want this to turn pink. And I'm going to let this give me some warmth, and I just swirl it out. Right here, I'm going to stamp going into my bronzer. I'm going to smile so I can see exactly. I'm 43, and so I lose volume in my cheeks. And that's another reason why I don't bring a bold pink down to my apples, is because this goes flat. And I'm going to grab the fluffy end. I'm going to flick, push Frenchie up into the pink, and then I'm going to go over it. And I think it's actually doing an okay job with that NY1. But that's pretty good. All right, going into that bronzer. Swirl it, swirl it, swirl it. Going back into the bronzer. Going into Dahlia, smile. And it's just going color by color, working your way down. Stamping to me is the best way to blend. I don't like the swirling. I think it can pick things up. So I like to just, it's like that. It just smashes it together just like that. All right. We're going to go into the detail brush again on the small end. And we're going to grab some brightening and I'm going to go right here. I have texture. I have puffiness. I'm tired. I'm a mom. I've been up since 5:30 this morning and I've got 2 kids that come up and down for so many hugs and kisses, so many. And then they have walkie-talkies and then you have to walkie-talkie talk to the other one that didn't come down for the hug and a kiss. And the other one comes down and you're walkie-talkieing again. I'm tired. And I ran for 35 minutes, 34 minutes today. I'm running farther. Good morning, Debbie. I'm running farther because I'm adding time. And this week, my start time was 4 minutes, walk a minute, 4.5, walk a minute, 5, walk a minute, 5.5, walk a minute, 6, done. And so it made me run. I'm trying to run this 5K, the whole way without stopping. I have to do a 5-minute warm-up because of my 43-year-old ankles. It'll roll if I don't warm them up for 5 minutes. There we go. Look at that. White peach. And I'm going to take the blend brush and I'm just going to tap this out. I like tapping it out with the blend brush, not the big fluffy brush. All right. Brows. Let's bang those out because I'm supposed to leave in a minute. Okay. So brows. These are quick. These are easy. I'm going to go in with Trust. And I'm going to go to the front corner and work my way up and out. Working my way up, quarter of the way in, over and out. And then flick the front and build. Build, fill, build and fill, build, 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 fill. Just like that. I'm going to grab a little bit of oak because it's a bit lighter to fill it in. That way I don't have a big dark brow. There's a little bit of dimension. Bottom corner, we're going up, 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 out. I come in a little, I know the rule is you're supposed to match the nostril to the eye corner. I bring my front of my brows in closer to my nose. I don't follow the rule. I bring it in a couple millimeters, okay? But fill, build and fill, build and fill. This is a quick one today, 30 minutes. This is pretty darn good. Don't use brush cleaner on your face. I have had people do that. What? All right, we're going to take setting spray, spray the wax, and then we're going to rub it in with a spoolie, and then the wizard hairs, comb them up. My husband calls them wizard hairs. I call them Juice Master hairs, on his face at least. His are out of hand. I gave him our spoolie, you know, that little spoolie you can get, so he could do that. I thought this looks nice and masculine. He won't use it. I'm like, it's not lipstick. Come on, man. Anyway, I call them Juice Master eyebrows because they're just wild hairs. Whoever watched infomercials in the 90s? If you watched infomercials in the 90s, I have contour. I need to clean my brush. If you watched any infomercials after Unsolved Mysteries, you know who the Juice Master is, right? The Juice Master guy. I've asked this a number of times and everybody stays quiet. It's like they don't want to admit that they were scared after the voice of that Unsolved Mysteries guy and didn't watch infomercials or Scooby-Doo to not be scared when you go to sleep because something's like outside your window, standing in the rain in a raincoat, ready to murder. Okay, lip color that I've been using is my contour, Cedar. I'm going to grab Cedar and I'm going to line my lips with Cedar. Line. Somebody's got to know who the Juice Master is. All right. Boom. And then Saint lipstick. and that's it. Boom, done. That's my face. We're going to grab some setting spray, Charlotte Tilbury. We're going to grab some setting powder with a fluffy brush and go outside in. If you start on the inside, you'll add a bunch of texture. If you take this powder and put it right in the middle, you're going to add texture. Push it on and bring it in. And then when you think it's empty, go into the middle. Then I take my empty brush, it's like glitter, and that's where I'll go right here because I don't want to texturize it. It does add texture. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say this doesn't. Powder will always add a form of texture. It's going to be okay. I am going to add a little more Dahlia because I like a punchy cheek. If you're looking for a spring blush, spring summer blush, it's Dahlia. Okay, I need to cover my zit because it's not just a texture, it's also a problem. So we're going to grab with the blend brush on the small end. I'm going to go over it, tap it. I'm going to rub my finger, tap that on, and then take a fluffy brush out. Boom. The texture's there. The texture is there. The color is gone. But that's my mug. Boom. Green. This was my eye combo. Where is it? Right here. The top one. So we did Pup as a base. I used Eve as my transition color and out and under. And then I used Emerald City right here. And then I added Drift because I am who I am. And you should always add Drift. Okay. That's it. That's my face. I gotta go take my daughter to the orthodontist. So, this was so quick. 30 minutes? I am on fire. Okay. You use the smudge brush for your zits. See, I haven't yet tried doing my makeup with the smudge brush. I see people do it all the time, but I don't like the spots. I don't even really like the smears. I should try that next time. I'm going to try that next time. Smudge brush and then blending it out. I'm going to try it. All right, that's it. Have a good day.